Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video on the channel. Okay, every few months I pretty much invite the world of YouTube to join my Discord server and dedicate a video to it. Yes, the official Pop Off Bob Graveyard is on Discord and it has been since 2024, and we've accumulated over 150 members. That is insane, so thank you very much if you are one of those members watching this video. But again, I'm inviting the newbies to this server so you guys can join in, and this video is pretty much a whole walkthrough of what the server is, what it contains, and everything that's inside of it. As soon as you join, you will have two roles to select from. What do you want to be notified by? Social media posts. That means you will be notified every single time I post on a social media, which includes YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, X, and a few others I can't even remember. Reddit's also one of them. God knows what I also signed up myself for. Or you can click everything, which is pretty much you get pinged all the time, which to be honest is pretty cool and it's actually underrated in my opinion. And then your second role is what is your favorite genre of music? Techno /hardstyle /EDM, jazz, rock, metal, pop, rap. And if you don't categorize into any of those, then I don't think this is the music server that you want to join. Now, moving on into the categories and the channels and the fun stuff. Yes, okay. So the first category is overview, and it has 4 channels, which pretty much gives you an entire summary of the entire server, plus our server link ad. I don't know why that's there, but I feel like it's just useful. Yes, honestly, this whole walkthrough is pretty worth reading, and I definitely didn't spend an entire day making it for you, but that shows how dedicated I really am. Then you'll find all the rules, which you'll have to put a thumbs up to if you want to be able to chat. The rules are pretty fair, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm really not strict at all as an admin, as an owner, but they are pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty normal. So, and of course, with me not being strict, rules can always be looked over just a tiny bit. But don't take the piss. That is what I will say. Then you'll find all the links to every single social media that I do have, as well as some cheeky collaborations and sponsors such as Stardust Jewelry. I'm actually not wearing any of it right now, which is pretty bad of me considering this is like a talking video. But with that being said, it is worth checking out as well because they actually make some really cool stuff and it makes me look 10 times cooler. Then you've got Bopper or Popper, which pretty much announces the whole server when a new Bopper is amongst us, a new sick person, or the server announces when an evil party popper has left. So pretty much when you join, you'll get a message saying a new Bopper is among us. You have entered the sacred rave citadel where bass shakes, the ground and lights pierce the darkness. You have pledged your allegiance to the beat, blinding yourself to the eternal rhythm. From this moment forward, you stand among warriors of sound, guardians of the drop, and disciplines of melody. Your journey has begun to claim your destiny as the greatest Bopper humankind has ever known. Holy AI slop, if you will. But when you do leave the server, you get a notice saying, you evil party popper, you have departed from the official Pop Off Bob server, a realm where beats ignite and chaos becomes celebration. By leaving, you forfeit your crown as the ultimate Bopper, the one destined to shake walls and the light, the floor ablaze. The echoes of your absence ripple through the hall of digital confetti, leaving only silence where the bass once thundered. Honestly, that sounds pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Then you got another cool category, which is where you got IRL Pop Off Bob, which is pretty much dominated by images and videos. First one is snapshots, where you literally just see where I post selfies or self-shoots, if you will. And then you've got video captures, which only has one video at the moment because I actually don't take videos of myself that often, like in public. But you can watch this super tough video. Fantastic filming by my girlfriend. I have no idea why she decided to turn it off after 3 seconds. Then what you've all been waiting for is the social chats. Okay, starting with general. Chat about anything you like, within reason. Then you've got partnerships, which is like an NPC announcements channel, which is where we pretty much just promote the server, if you will, with other servers. And then you make your way down, which is the Eurovision channel, which is pretty active at the moment, considering Eurovision was pretty recent. And honestly, this is a really fun channel, to say the least, because it's the most active one. And it's just a whole lot of fun because, you know, my YouTube channel is heavily dominated with Eurovision. So you guys can see other people's opinions on this year's Eurovision and on the past Eurovisions. Then you've got fan media, which is pretty much where people post fan media of myself. So as an example, someone posted themselves wearing my merch. Even though that merch doesn't exist, they used AI to do it, all right? That's why the face looks so distorted. And then you've got like the most underrated room in the entire server, which is the tier list one, which is pretty much where boppers send in their official tier list of all my music tracks. Yes, Pop Off Bop is a musician. If you still don't know that, that is a very big problem. I'm going to change that very, very soon, I promise. But yes, this is where people post official tier lists of all my songs and albums. So that one contained all my songs, and this one contains all the songs of my EP Locked Deluxe. Then when you make your way down, you actually get the feel of I am actually a musician, and this is where I post all the links to all my tracks. Then I will veer you off to 2 threads, which is my tracks in numbers, which pretty much is where I update every 1 to 2 months the view count of every single song I've ever made. Yes, I know, I'm very dedicated to this server. And then also a Discord exclusive is where you can find lost tracks, which pretty much means all my privatized crap and stuff that never actually hit the internet, like this unreleased song and this one too. Then you've got the Pop Off Bop Fuel Lounge, which is where you can look at all the music that I listen to and pretty much every single Red Rave party video that I've ever done in my life. And to be honest, it's actually a fairly new channel, and it's something that I plan on working on in the near future, because I actually haven't kicked it off just yet, but when I do, it's going to actually be a really, really cool channel, to say the least. Then you've got albums and EPs, which is actually more social channels, so it begins with Water Zombies, which was my debut album, if you will, and then you've got the EP, which is both Locked and Locked Deluxe, which you can pretty much talk about the EP, which songs you like, and the same does apply for Water Zombies. Then you've got some really, really generic crap in here, like, you know, upload bot, so it announces to the whole server when I've uploaded on one of my social media accounts. You've got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Then you've got a very, very fascinating room, which is the Post-Rave podcast, which is split into 2 channels, videos and questions. Now, I know I have been stalling this for so long, and it is coming. I really do promise. I just haven't fully worked it out when it is starting, to say the very least. So videos will pretty much be where I post all the videos that I have made in the Post-Rave podcast. And then questions is where you can send in your very own questions. So this guy asked in 2025 on the 4th of April, what inspired to make your name Pop Off Bop? Honestly, I'm not interested in answering that right now, but when the Post-Rave podcast comes out, that is definitely what we will see to as one of the first of many questions I hope to receive. Then you've got gratitude, which is a little wholesome category split into thank you so much, stats and growth, and notice, which honestly is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel nice to thank you guys for support. This one is pretty much where I thank you with like small messages or paragraphs. Then you've got stats and growth, which is pretty much where I post all my stats as they come through, like a new milestone hit, if you will. This is heavily dominated by YouTube because you guys know Pop Off Bop is biggest on YouTube, which is quite a flex, to say the very least. Most people are famous on TikTok, the easy social media, because it boosts your content. Then you've got noticed, which is pretty much every single time someone somewhat famous interacts with Pop Off Bop. So you can have a scroll through. The most recent one is Simon, who saw my story. Very cool. Then you've got some utter brain rot in the server, which is the Geeky Games category, containing 2 channels, aka Counting and Rock, Paper, Scissors. Pretty self-explanatory. The Counting bot, you guys, if you know Discord, you will know the Counting bot. We're currently at 109, so how high can we get as a server before an idiot ruins it? How exciting. Then you've got Rock, Paper, Scissors, which I can't express enough. Make sure you register. Make sure you register if you want to get involved on this, because you can compete as a server who has the most coins. Then you've got a voice channel, which is called Raven Shriek, which honestly, I'm really not sure about the name. We might change it in the near future. But yes, if you want to talk with your mouth and not as just a room hermit computer warrior, then that channel is for you. Now, to be honest, that's actually all the channels and categories, etc. But honestly, there's a few other cool things that feature in this server, like a ton. Server exclusive emojis, emoji gifts if you've got Nitro, and stickers. Now, in terms of other stuff in the server, we've also got like a really cool role system, which actually I'm in charge of assigning, which I actually like a lot. So as soon as you join the server, you'll be given the Bopper role and your name will be green. And you'll also get a green heart next to your name. Then, if you make your way down here and you read this, aka, you have proven to me you are chill by participating in chat constantly. Or if we have spoken nicely in DM several times. I see you as a server friend, much better than a basic bopper. This is also given to my friends in my personal life. When you do this, you become an elite bopper and you get a blue heart next to your name. And throughout ranking up, you get more permissions to do inside the server. Then the highest role that you can get in the server is a mega bopper. And you earn this by you are super active in the chat for a very long time. You follow all Pop-Off-Bop social platforms. You are a real one, and Pop-Off-Bop loves you for contributing daily in his ever-growing dream of being a world-renowned music artist. You get the mega bopper role and you get an orange heart next to your name. Do you see the trend here that like orange is like not quite red? Red is reserved for a lunatic like myself. That is why I am the only one in the server to have a red username. Now, last but not least, I actually do want to give a hand for my mod team. You'll hardly see them in chat, but they are Michael Haysmith, Max Outfit, Lucy McGrenna, and Daniel Matcher. All right, that is the mod team. Don't piss them off. They will be constantly shown as offline, so people completely be themselves and they don't feel like they're being watched 24/7. And for the love of God, please do not ask why they all have AI profile pictures. It is for security. So please don't be simping on some frigging AI slop. So yes, that is pretty much a walkthrough and an overview of the entire Pop-Off-Bop Graveyard Discord server. It's a very, very fun server. You guys will definitely like it. I'm super active in this server, so if you want to chat to me, this is the place for sure. With that being said, it's been Pop-Off-Bop. I hope to see more boppers in our Graveyard, and you especially watching this video if you haven't joined already. I'll catch you guys next time, or hopefully I will catch you in my Discord server. Peace, guys.